everyone hear me okay? Thank you so much for the invitation to speak to you today. I can't think of a more important protest than defending our right to protest. And it is a right enshrined in national and international law to stand up for what you believe in. And it's something that the people of Sheffield, we all know, have done throughout our rich history. Our city has a long and proud tradition, or practice even, of protest. We have mass movements of Sheffield's Chartists who claimed our right to vote and representation. Our suffragettes taking to the streets time and time again, even storming the Cutler's Feast to defend women's suffrage and win our right to vote. The Sheffield Ramblers led the Kinder Scout mass trespass, an act of civil disobedience which paved the way for the creation of our national parks and the right to roam we enjoy today. Sheffield protests have built movements, ended injustices and won rights which the whole country now enjoy. Protest is not simply protest, protest is change in action. And it is our duty now to stand up for those rights and the right to protest that are now under threat. The government's Police, Crime and Sentencing and Courts Bill, which is a mouthful, but also the biggest restriction of protests and criminalising protests we've ever seen. It wants to restrict our right to assembly. Would us just standing here today put us in jail? It will give the Home Secretary, Priti Patel, free rein to decide what types of protests are allowed. Boo indeed. And which are. It proposes a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison for people taking part in a protest they disagree with. It also threatens our right to roam and the way of life of our Gypsy, Roma and Traveller communities, already under threat because of racist and discriminatory laws. We know the legislation like this will disproportionately be targeted against black communities, against women, against disabled people, LGBTQ people. I'm worried, as Shadow Minister for Climate Change, that this will be used to criminalise those who stand up for our climate and the future generations for a livable planet. Just when we need more people to be raising their voices and for those voices to be heard, the government is looking to criminalise people for marching in the streets and chanting and singing songs of protest. Well, I hope today we sing many songs of protest. So, what shall we do? We need to oppose this legislation. We need to march, to protest and defend what remains of our democracy. It is so great to see so many people here today, because our challenge today and from today onwards is to unite Sheffield against the policing bill, against all draconian legislation, and to make it impossible for this government to pass it. The Labour Party stands firmly against this legislation. We will be voting it down at third reading when it comes to the House of Commons. And I say this because our Labour movement was forged from protest, and it is so amazing to hear about the strike action that's been going on from Unite winning a 10% pay rise, but also those delivery drivers fighting for what is right. So please dig deep for that protest as well, and for their continued action. But I think today we can all stand together and say enough is enough. You cannot take our rights from us. We are here, we're loud, and we will continue to defend our right to protest.